What's up, guys? It is Sam. I am doing a little bit of research for the next video and came across something super interesting, and that is why we got that title, right? Why is Amy klobuchar, whatever her fucking last name is, why is she losing? Why is she not really super relevant? And I think we've come to a potentially very interesting spot of understanding why she could be losing so badly. I don't know. I will present the information, and you can decide for yourself. So if you want to watch all that, stay tuned. If this is your first time here, what's good? My name is Sam. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much. Now let's get into it. Okay, Amy, we have right here, Amy klobuchar. This is our Google rankings. So it's based upon the search volume with all of these candidates. So we search for each candidate's name on Google Trends, and we see that what they are, and then we rank them. And she ranks number 8 out of 10 candidates that were in the last debate, right? Let's go over to YouTube. And we do the same thing for YouTube and look at the search volume for each of the candidate's name, but on YouTube now, right? The two biggest sites in the entire planet, Google and YouTube. What does that mean, first of all? The biggest sites in the entire planet, right? Remember that. Think about the amount of attention is there, right? To make something the second biggest in the world, the first biggest in the entire planet, you have to go a lot bigger, right? Because there's a tremendous amount of audience there. Just a crazy amount of audience. There's so many people there to make it number 1 and number 2 in the planet, right? Facebook's not even up there. It's Google and it's YouTube, right? The biggest sites in the entire fucking planet. Okay. On YouTube, where does Amy look here? Oh, she's 9th, right? So she's even worse on YouTube. Well, let's come over to the website. And we took all the candidates' websites and we ranked them based upon where they fell in terms of all of the websites within the U.S., right? So it's a ranking relative to all the other sites in the U.S. And then we looked at 2 other factors: the number of page views somebody took a look at per visit, and the amount of time somebody spends on the site per visit on average. Because both of these factors tell us some interesting information, right? If you have a 1.2 page view, people are not really interested, or your website sucks, or both, in going any further to find any more information. They're only on average looking at 1.2 pages versus, say, 4 pages, right? Somebody has a better website, more interesting content. Because if they're visiting 4 pages, that's a lot more than 1.2. So that's one of our relevant factors. And the same thing plays out with time, right? Just like YouTube and Google, to be at the top in the entire planet, it takes a lot of time, people's time, right? People have to spend time on the platform, or Google or YouTube, to make it that way. And there's that much time on each to like move up the rankings. And if you look at the more time that each one of these sites is able to capture, that's a good thing for them, right? They can probably influence somebody more in 3 or 4 minutes than they could in 60 seconds, right? You just have more time with the person. And we gave them overall ranking. So on this, Amy's ranking was 9th. So when we look at their personal website, campaign websites, YouTube, and on Google, she's pretty much at the bottom. Like, if you were doing, like, who's going to drop out first, it would be like her name and somebody else's just going back and forth, probably. So what did I find? Well, let's go over to here, and I'm doing some research for another video, and I want to look at Amy's YouTube channel. So I couldn't find the link on Social Blade, so I came over here to Google, right, our good old friend Google, and I put Amy, her name, and YouTube channel, right? That's what I'm trying to think. And you see right here, I just press search, and this stuff comes up here. So we'll click on this, and let's pause this. It looks pretty cold, right? And we see it's an hour long. It's by PBS News, right? And then I'm like, wait, this is not what I wanted. I wanted Amy's channel, right? So I come back out here, and I scroll down a little bit, and I don't see it. So I do see her ad right here, but so she's trying to drive traffic to her website, and she's still coming in ninth. Maybe she's paying too much for the ads, or could be her site sucks too. Or she's just paying way too much, for ads. Like, you can use the money more effectively, potentially. Anyways, so then we jumped into YouTube, right? And we searched for Amy Klobuchar, channel, right? So then I press search on YouTube. And CBS pops up, Fox News, blah, blah, blah. And we scroll down, because generally the channel will pop up, and nothing. Amy does not have a YouTube channel. Think about that for a second. The biggest video platform on the entire planet. The second biggest website on the entire planet. There's so much time and attention that is going to YouTube each and every single day. And if you look at the data from like a couple years ago to now, it's growing. The amount of time people are spending on YouTube and stuff is actually growing. And so you have this gigantic swath of attention. And somebody who's supposedly running for president is just like, oh, let me go around that. Don't want to get involved in there. Right? We don't do video. We let other people do that. That's for children. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. Just completely made all that up. 100% just made that up. But like, come on. It's 2019. It appears things that I think are very common sense are common sense to me only, because to not be on the second biggest website in the entire world and the biggest video platform, right? You can think of YouTube as television. Like, people go to YouTube to find information. Like, I don't even have cable and haven't had it for 10 years, since 2009. I don't even own a TV. All the information I get is just from the web, and a good portion of it's from YouTube. So it's just tremendous to like not be on that, and like then I was researching this. I was like, holy shit, this is exactly why she's not doing well. Like, not only according to my polls, right? Like the data the ranking I'm having. If you look at like the regular polling, like let's actually see if we can pull up Real Clear Politics, the website that actually aggregates all the polling data like across the country, and they come up with their own, like they come up with an average of all the national like polls that come out. So like you might have some from The Economist and Fox News and CNN and all this, and they'll take all of those and they'll kind of tabulate somebody's progress over time. So we can take a look at this too, right? So let's scroll down just a little bit and see where she is. Okay, so I'm just hovering this over here. So this is the most recent side over here. And what is her last name? Kubocho. Okay, so we see Bernie's number 1, Sanders is Warren's number 2, Sanders number 3, Bugatti, Harris, O'Rourke, Yang, Booker, Biden. Oh man, wait, why is Biden on there twice? Clearly something's wrong with this data, but I do not see her name at all in the top, even slightly here too. So the data that I'm seeing is corroborating this, but there's a clear reason here, right? Like, she's not. What the fuck is that? She's clearly not like choosing not to be on. Like, how can you ignore this giant semi-truck that's just right there, whizzing right by your face? You know, this giant platform to tell your story, to get the message out about you. People are interested, people are curious, and they can't find the information about you because you don't have a YouTube channel, Amy. Like, come on. It's just, and you got to put out shitloads of content on there so people can understand more about you than somebody else, and that way you get that attention, and then they fucking vote. Like, it's just common fucking sense. Anyway, if you guys appreciate this video, make sure to press that subscribe button. Hey, by the way, if anybody knows anybody in Amy's campaign, share this video with them. It'll help her campaign. So if there's anybody here that likes Amy, share this video with them because it'll definitely help them if they just follow the advice in this video. It's just tremendous to think in 2019 that somebody's making such a wrecking move, I feel like. Anyways, if you like this type of content, make sure you press that subscribe button. Got an awesome video coming out later, and putting out content like this all the time. Plus, I'm just awesome, so you should subscribe anyway. If you want to really help get the message out about like what we're doing in this type of analysis, like actually looking at the data instead of just polls, where you might have a couple hundred people or a couple thousand, we're looking at Google search volume. So the Google search volume is it's much closer to the heart of America and what Americans are thinking, right? Because Americans are searching for this kind of stuff, so they're trying to find information. So using Google search volume and YouTube search volume, the two biggest sites in the entire planet, and ranking the candidates, we get an understanding of how popular they are amongst Americans, not just the ones who are taking the polls. So if you want to get that message out to more people, like share this video with them or share one of my other videos with them, because I think more people need to see what we're doing here, and the way that we do things, I think, should change. Like, yes, it would be cool to be a part of it, but either way, even if I'm not, it would still be a good decision to go that way, I believe. Like, it's 2019, and I think there's a much more accurate way of telling the American public what is actually happening through the media, not the media using this polling data that is, in my opinion, it's just an old way of gathering information when there's clearly a much more accurate way of doing that. If you don't want to share the video with somebody, then press that thumbs up button. That also helps out the channel, and you don't have to think about it, right? Because you don't have to share the video with somebody. Because I'd only want you to share the video with somebody if you thought that they were going to get value out of it. So if you think somebody's going to get value out of that, then share the video with them. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Oh, let's, stay tuned for the next video coming out tomorrow morning. Let me pause this shit. Peace.